Hello, everybody, to whatever this is at this point. Oh, forgot there was an echo there. Testing, testing. We're good. Well, we're not great, but we still stand in here as the seventh seed in the NFC at 6-6. The weird part is we can go up to the sixth seed this week if the Seahawks lose to the Cowboys this Thursday. So I'm like, we can go up in playoff standings even though we're just going on a slide right now. Yeah, the Vikings lost 12-10 against the Chicago Bears, and everything is just it's just a garbage fire. Vikings did not allow a touchdown to the Chicago Bears, but yet still lost. I mean, Brian Flores, give him everything. Like you need it. Yeah, I don't know what the owners need to do. Give Brian Flores all the money in the world. Just give him all the money because I need him to stay. Or maybe we have to have a talk that Brian Flores needs to be the head coach and just instead of the defensive coordinator, which is honestly could be a legit thing we might need to be talking about come the off season if this offense continues to struggle. Absolutely disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. Yes, Jay. I don't know what to say. I just don't know what to say at this point. The Bronco game, only allowing one touchdown yet lost. No touchdowns against Bears and lost. Defense is just carrying this year. If you would have told me, okay, the defense is going to be better than the offense, I would have laughed in your freaking face. So I think the defense will be improved with Brian Flores. Yes, it has been improved. It is. I thought maybe, I don't know. I was thinking we'll be lucky enough it gets to be maybe close to average, but yeah, it's getting close to. It's like a number 13 defense right now, so getting close to that a top 10 defense. So Brian Flores, he has been doing his stuff so very well, and he's just this is not what I expect from the offense. Bears didn't look, yeah. Bears had a lot of turnovers themselves. They turn over we turn over the ball 4 times. They turn over the ball 2 times. We didn't really capitalize on the turnovers, especially that second turnover. We could have closed the game out to win 10-9. Just wasn't there. And I mean, what else to say? Third downs for us on offense early in the season was early in the season, early in the year. Early in the game. Oh my gosh. I'm out of it. I'm really out of it. Early in the year, or early in the game, could not complete on third down. And then later in the game, we complete those third downs, but we complete a couple third downs, but we couldn't move the ball. Josh Dobbs turned over the ball so many times. He just does not like taking sacks. Josh Dobbs yesterday against the Bears, 4 turnovers. Yes, 3 of the balls were off of tip passes, but I don't care. Some of those throws were not supposed to be made. Like the one off of Addison where it's right in his hands, okay, that's whatever. But the other 2 that were off hands, maybe we shouldn't be making those throws. And then the one clear interception, the first one, just didn't throw it with enough height on it. Flores gave KFC so many chances to get a lead, only 4 field goals, and we couldn't do a thing. Couldn't do a damn thing. And it felt like first to a touchdown would win this game, but couldn't even be that. Couldn't even do that. We got it, the only touchdown of the game, and we still lost. We still lost. And the thing is, the Bears also missed a field goal of their own to start out the game. So technically, they could have won like 15-10. But yeah, it's not good here. And the full stat line was 22 of 32, 185, 1 touchdown, 4 interceptions. Very poor passer rating, and Alexander Madison finally having a decent game without fumbling. He was the only, for much of the early game, he was the only consistent thing on offense, something I was not expecting to say. But he was only consistent on offense for most of the game. 5.2 yards a carry for Alexander Madison. And yeah, can the Niners have a rematch with the current? No. Yeah, Dobbs had to be terrible. He was terrible. The play calling was also terrible. Kevin O'Connell not catering to Dobbs' strengths. He's using Kirk Cousins type plays for Josh Dobbs. That is, you can't do that. Not getting in really any designed runs in there. I thought we would get a design run, but couldn't really do that. Just let Dobbs just play more loose. But I don't even know. But is Dobbs going to be starting against the Raiders? Who knows? Because my thing is, because we're gonna have Justin Jefferson back. Eventually, come the Raiders game. So yeah, Dobbs was a bit much, but it's gonna be tough. Jaron Hall, Nick Mullins, who's gonna start? But whoever it is, needs to step it up. Needs to step up and do better than whatever last night was. So the passionate talk, maybe, but also I don't know. I just don't know. Hawkinson got 5 catches, 50 yards. Powell got 3 catches, 45 yards. But I think here's the thing. I think the Vikings are the locale of the week just because the Jets were expected to do bad against the Dolphins. The Vikings were expected to beat the Bears. So I think they are the locale of the week. The Vikings, I need to, I don't know. I would have, we were all waiting for just a Dobbs Jefferson connection, but after that performance by Dobbs, I don't know if we're going to get that opportunity, get that chance to see that anymore. Nick Mullins might be the best option. I'm going to might be the best option. I do think he is. If Kevin O'Connell is not going to deviate from his type of play calling, it needs to be Nick Mullins then, because Nick Mullins is the most like Kirk Cousins. He is more of a pocket passer out of the three of Jaron Hall and Josh Dobbs and Nick Mullins. So Nick Mullins, if Kevin O'Connell's not willing to adapt, then you need to start. Then I think you need to start Nick Mullins if you want to adapt, because then Nick and so. But if Kevin O'Connell were to adapt or give play calling to someone else, then yeah, then you might need then you could then you could, switch to go to Jaren Hall, but I just don't see Kevin O'Connell's been playing scared ever since the second half of the Saints game. We had that big lead, and then we let the Saints almost come back against the Broncos. We try to keep that lead for as long as we could, um, playing not to lose. And then we allowed the one touchdown, and then of course, allowed the one touchdown because in this day in NFL, the defense can't do everything. You can't have an 85 Bears defense and keep winning, or 2000s Ravens defense. That's just not going to work in today's NFL. Nick Mullins can throw in the pocket 40, 50 yards. Yeah, I think Nick Mullins, you need to try. I think Nick Mullins, you need to give him a shot for the Raiders game. Of course, he's also comfortable. He's been out west before. I know it's not the Oakland Raiders, but Vegas Raiders. So, but yeah, Nick Mullins. I'm leaning toward that right now. If Kevin McConnell's not willing to change, that's the biggest thing right now is the play calling. I just don't like playing scared. I just don't like playing scared, playing not to lose. So I don't like playing not to playing lose. And I don't know. I don't know how the Bears won. I don't know how the Bears won. We made Eberflus look like a genius. So I guess if we're gonna take a positive from this, I think the one positive that we can take from this is if we keep Eberflus at in Chicago, I think that will be the one positive if that's the case. So maybe we save Eberflus's job for another year. So, yeah, Justin Fields running all over the place. 12 carries, 59 yards. Did have a couple fumbles, which in a regular game would be costly, but when you have an offense who doesn't want to move down the field or get creative, yeah, I don't know how we lost to the Bears. I don't know how we lost to the Bears. For the offensive play calling. But Eberflus is a defensive coach. So if we're just looking at the defense, Eberflus looks good. But all those screen passes the Bears did, we read them well. We did so well reading all those screen passes. Justin Fields didn't even really throw downfield that much until like the very end. That DJ Moore to set up the game-winning field goal. They had the Bears had such the least innovative offense I ever seen, but the Vikings did their best to outdo them. The defense did. I mean, the Vikings, try to match that. They played down to their opponents, and was thinking like, hey, you know what? Let's try some of this non-innovative play calling. Yeah, Getsy loves the screens, and I mean, some here and there worked, but we did sniff a good amount of them out, but in the end, DJ Moore torched us. That was basically the big difference here. DJ Moore going for 11 catches, 114 yards, and he was the main difference maker in this game. And Fields haven't had an okay day if you don't include the fumbles. So, and I think they sacked Josh Dobbs 2 times, but could have been a lot more. And honestly, that could have probably benefited the Vikings in some ways because Josh Dobbs was in some of those situations tried not to take a sack, intentional groundings, and picks for not taking sacks. Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, 3 times? I know we sacked Justin. Oh, 3 times. Oh, we sacked Bears 3 times. Bears sacked Josh Dobbs. Okay. Yeah. Oh, Vikings cut Sean Mannion. That's right. That's a move today. Vikings cut Sean Mannion. They activate Justin Jefferson. We need Justin Jefferson back so very much. If we would have had Justin Jefferson, yes, we could have won. Oh no, I'm just looking on ESPN right now, Zach. It shows the 2 sacks, Montez Sweat 1.5, Jaquir Brisker half sack, and the Vikings got 3 sacks altogether. Danielle Hunter with 1.5, Ivan Pace with a sack, and Josh Metellus with a half sack. So, unless I'm looking at this wrong, but yeah, and the interceptions by the Bears: Jalen Johnson, T.J. Edwards, Kyler Gordon, and Jaquan Brisker. So they did pretty well. The Bears could have had a pick six. They dropped that. But the one play that really is going to cost us in the end was that wide open Jordan Addison play where Josh Dobbs threw it toward the sideline instead of throwing it toward the middle, toward closer toward the middle. And it's not Addison's fault. Cass could have made it like a toe drag swag, sideline catch, yes. But honestly, that Josh does need to place that ball better. He just needs to place that ball better. And that's going to be the one thing that one play is going to stick out from that game. And Ivan Pace has been a stud, yes. But that first play where and if we're going back to Kevin O'Connell, because this is still, we need some change in offensive play calling because Kevin O'Connell has been playing scared. And his challenges or lack of challenges in some key. He challenges things. He's been challenging things that are clearly not going to get overturned. And then he doesn't challenge things that could get overturned. Like Jordan asked in, they move Josh Dobbs in the first drive, moonballed it to Jordan Addison. I didn't think it hit the ground. Yes, it would have been a little hard in some maybe, but you don't try throwing the challenge flag there. That's another thing. Yeah. Also, with how the offense has been playing, put KOC in the box or something. I don't know. But here's what I would have liked to do on that final drive, at least. Okay. To just get it. You need to get a first down, of course, but at that point, you're probably not going to just kick the field goal. Yes, it would have been 60 yards, but just try the field goal. Because as soon as we punted away back to the Bears for the last drive, I knew they had a feeling that they would score. All they needed was a field goal. So just try the field goal and force the Bears to score a touchdown, because the Bears haven't gotten the end zone all the time, all day. But they decide not to kick the field goal. I know Greg Joseph has been a little iffy here and there, but we know he can kick it 60 yards. But I know at the end of the day, Vikings offense should have scored more. Also, Ryan Wright, that punt to the 20, the Bears started on the 22. Ryan Wright hasn't been right. This hasn't been right. He has not been right. He has not been right this year. He had a great season last year, but the punting has not been up to par. And yeah. And I want to see more Kene kick returns. I know with the new rule and everything, he did try to return that last at the very end to see if we get a little bit of a spark. I thought maybe he could do some magic, but had a decent return at least. But yeah, This is just bad. We are at our lowest point right now. But yet, even going into this bye week, we can move up to the sixth. I have no idea. I mean, I know you're giving the ball back to the Bears all basically in field goal range, but at that point, at that point, I'm like, I knew the defense couldn't hold up forever for a field goal. So just make them try to score a touchdown and not, I don't know, make them try to score a touchdown. But yo, Luke, yo, I just I think the goal is just to, yeah, one touchdown last two games. Yes. Let's finish report for the evening. Good, good, good. Yes, make sure to check out the quiz Luke's gonna put out later tonight. Um, yeah. So I think just it's one game at a time. If we play like this, we just need to get out of this. Win the games that we should win. Beat the beat the Raiders. Beat the Bengals. The Lion games are looking not so good. Um, Especially if we can't fix this offense. And then hopefully beat the Packers, but even then, that's a tall ask. Maybe make the playoffs at 9-8. If we can just win the non-lying games. Um, but yeah, the thing is, we can still realistically be a six seed, um, or a set, or even a seventh seed. So because the NFC is so bad, it's just that bad this season. So it's it's something. It's something here. Um, we just need consistency at quarterback, and Dobbs. I'm guessing Dobbs is not going to be is not going to. My guess, Dobbs not going to start against the Raiders. Um, but whoever's going to be starting as a quarterback against the Raiders, whether it's Nick Mullins or Jaron Hall, and if it is Josh Dobbs, then okay, then maybe you're like, hey, we're going to give Dobbs a chance with Jefferson. If we're still not looking good, then okay, then we're going to move on to Jaron Hall or Nick Mullins. Um, but as I said earlier, offense. If the offensive play calling is not willing to change from what a Kirk Cousins like offense, if we're not changing from that, then you need to have Nick Mullins then because he's the most like Kirk Cousins. So yeah, yeah. And Brian Flores, just give him all the money. Give him all the money. We need him back next year, whether it is as defensive coordinator or head coach. But I do think Kevin O'Connell's. I mean, unless we miss the playoffs, um, I mean, yeah. If we miss the playoffs, then there's gonna be a lot of more questions. But Brian Flores, that has transformed the defense, he has been carrying this team. So, and someone else who benefited from last night, Kirk Cousins. Kirk Cousins. I think Kirk Cousins now, especially after these last two games, will probably be staying in Minnesota. So, um, yeah, that re-signing looking much more likely now. Much more likely. So, of course, want to see his team win, but it's looking more and more likely Kirk Cousins will be re-signing here. Um, so yeah, yeah. Miss Everyone, all the Kirk haters, what you gotta say now? What do you gotta say now? What do you gotta say now? So it is what it is. I mean, I mean, if we're looking at future wise, you know, hopefully well, Jefferson also needs to resign. I feel like that's another thing, but with Cousins, if he wants to come back next season, I think it's going to be very, very likely if you were to put the bets down now, because we need him. We need him. If we're not able to adapt to Josh Dobbs and his running ability, and doing more play action and trying to make Josh Dobbs a pocket passer, that's just not going to work. But Jaren Hall's safe. He's a rookie. I think he's pretty decent, from the little that we saw for him. So yeah. But it's going to be painful if Kirk leaves. But maybe we could. I feel like we need to give maybe Jaren Hall another shot as well. I don't see it. I can't see it because we got Hawkinson locked up. We're gonna hopefully extend Jefferson. If and then we have Addison, and if you get Kirk back, the defense. If Brian Flores stays for another year, we need. Just stack up on. We can stack up on defense up too. But yeah, or maybe like I don't know what we need to focus on really. To be honest, the defense is playing great. They've been playing lights out. So yes, maybe get some defense players just for to get some depth in there. But yeah, a lot of things need to change for the Vikings, but it's one game at a time. Focus on just getting a wild card spot, 6 or 7 seed, which means we'll probably either play the Lions or the Niners, but just make the playoffs and see how far this team can go and see what can work because a quarterback, because all of them have their different strengths and weaknesses, whether it's Mullins, Hall, or Dobbs. So yeah. Turnovers. Turnovers are the main thing. We were talking about when we had gone that losing streak. We fumbled the ball so many times, and then we went on the 5-game winning streak. Oh, we were winning the turnover battle. That's another thing. Not turning over the ball can help you win games. So yeah, fixing the offense and not turning over the ball. So, or we both make the playoffs as 6 and 7 seeds, and then we get to you get to lose to the 49ers, and we get to lose, and then we probably get to lose to the Lions. How about that? We as 6th seed, play the Lions and lose, and you play the 49ers as a 7th seed and lose. So yeah. Because the Seahawks, I don't think they're making the playoffs with their tough schedule. The Rams are the only other team who I think could maybe sneak into there, but we'll see. We shall see. I think it's really the race for the 2 wild card spots are Vikings, Packers, Rams. which one of those teams are going to get the 2 wild card slots just because of the Seahawks schedule. Because Seahawks, as we've been saying, and everyone's been saying, they have a tough schedule. They got to play the Cowboys on Thursday night. They got to play the Niners again. And then they got to play the Eagles, if I'm not mistaken. Let me just check. Yep, they got to play the Eagles again. The Titans should be easy. The Steelers will be a challenge. And then the Cardinals. You never know how that's division game gonna go. I know your idea is funnier, but okay. Okay, how about then you be the 6th seed, lose to the Lions, and then we lose to the 49ers. How about that? How about that? Yeah, Steelers will be a tough game for the Seahawks. I think the Steelers should beat the Seahawks. I think the 4 out of the next 6 Seahawks games, the Seahawks will lose. The only wins I think are the Titans and the Cardinals, so that would only put them at 8 wins. 8 and 9 is not going to make the playoffs. The Vikings, I'm looking at the schedule and I'm hoping that we can win the 3 if we can fix the offense, win 3 out of the 5, meaning not, of course, losing to both the Lions games and hopefully beating the Raiders, the Joe Burrow-less Bengals, and the Packers, who are doing better, I will admit. So, yeah. But. What was I going at? Vikings lose 12-10 against the Chicago Bears and hurt their playoff chances. We're going to be on a bye this week. That's something I should have mentioned as well. So another extra week rest for Justin Jefferson. That was the plan all along, to start him against the Raiders. And the Vikings. Yeah, and what am I going to do this? I mean, I might have a Madden. I might do some random Madden. I know I'm going to put out a video. I know I'm going to put out maybe I'm going to put out a video. I don't know. I don't know what to do. I don't know what I'm going to do this week. I don't know what I'm going to do this week. See what games are in my area, I guess. Look, we have to look at the TV map tomorrow to see, maybe I stream a game. I don't know. I really don't know. But anyways, as I said, Vikings lose 12-10 against the Chicago Bears. Thank you all for coming out to live stream. Thank you, for the raid yesterday, and thank you, and thank you for watching. Make sure to watch the prediction video and the reaction video to the Bears, if you haven't yet. So thank you all for watching. It's been Adam, also known as Vikings Fan 28, and as always, Skull.